everybody, welcome back. I've been gone for like a month and a half, almost 2 months. Things got a little crazy. A lot of things have been happening. I had to, sort of reorganize everything. Priorities changed, but I'm really excited to be sitting in front of the camera at least. My lazy ass can't stand for that long. Doing this review for you guys. This is for the essential album of the month from Vinyl Me Please. It is Beach House Devotion. I didn't get to do one last month, but I will be doing that in my vinyl haul hopefully next weekend. I try to at least upload once a week, but that hasn't happened in a while. But anyways, I've been listening to this album. This is my first time listening to Beach House. So I was really excited about it. This is our sophomore album, and it happens to be the 10-year anniversary of it. We got a nice little write-up here. It says it was released 10 years ago on February 26, 2008. This marks the point where Beach House found their sound. So I am very curious to hear what the first album sounds like, and then listen to other stuff like Depression Cherry, which is also brought up here, which was released in 2015. So there's a bit of a progression going, I'm guessing. So yeah, it says here, this is one, but this one stands alone as a moment of discovery. It felt then and feels now like a glimpse of a private world, a secret worth sharing. It was packaged by CH. Shout out to CH. And then of course you get the cocktail, Beach House Anguilla, which happens to be my favorite track on the album, the third track. I'll get into that in a little bit about why I really enjoyed it. But yeah, you get the cocktail pairing, get some words here from Tyler Barstow, at least I think it's from him. I'm pretty sure he's still doing that. And then, if that wasn't enough, you get a print, which is, I think, beautiful. Very, very interesting, very fitting to the album, I think. It looks like it's a stencil, or at least made to look like a stencil, because the edges are kind of fuzzy and blurry. You can kind of see the cuts and whatever, and then of course the face here. Really, really interesting. I love it. Very simple, but I think interesting. And this is by Luca Venter. Luca Venter is a South African-born photographer and director currently living in New York. You can follow him or her. I think Luca's a guy. I'm not sure. I don't want to assume, but at Luca Venter. So Instagram and then lucaventer.com. Definitely gotta look up Luca and see what else is on their on the Instagram. But yeah, really interesting, very, very interesting. And then of course they throw in the picks for the store. I only recognize Hendrix on this list. Everything else is new, so which is good. I like variety. I like to be able to, like, maybe if I don't commit to getting the record, at least listening to them on Spotify. Kind of just then maybe committing to them afterwards, sampling them. But these all look amazing, so definitely worth looking into. If you want a $10 credit, as always, just give me your email and a message, Instagram me. All the links are in the description. I'll get that to you. You can sign up. You can get this next month's album, which is the Arctic Monkeys. That is one that I've been wanting in my collection, so I was really happy to hear that as well. So let me show you the record. A little bit of info on it. It is, again, the 10-year anniversary reissue. It's been mastered at half speed, so it plays at 45 RPM. It's a double LP, 180 gram, multicolored vinyl, and I mean, that alone was just like breathtaking. I love the way it came out. And then you get a fold-out lyric poster as well. It is a gatefold tip-on jacket. I'm still not sure what that means. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments below. I don't know what tip-on jacket means. But yeah, it comes in this nice little sealable sleeve. I took it off because I didn't want to struggle with it on the camera. Last time I took it off, it actually got stuck to my elbow, and I didn't realize it was on me until like I sat down, and I was like, what the hell? So I'm not very good with those, but they keep the dust out, so that's really good. So here, just look at this cover. Very beautiful. It just, to me, I feel like this is so like Americana. This feels like just someone's house that I would go into, and I don't know, very interesting, kind of creepy, but kind of cool at the same time. There's this weird vibe to it. I read that the album and the title of it had a lot to do with I forgot her name. I think it was on here somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, okay, so the singer is Victoria Legrand, and then you have the guitarist and keyboardist Alex Scally. This was very much like them committing to the music and this whole being an artist type of thing, and they reflect on it now and it's still the same. So I thought that was kind of cool. Here's the back, and you have, oh, maybe that's what it says here, the tip thing. It has a Buy Me Please stamp on the corner in foil gold, so that's kind of cool. I think that's what they were talking about. And then let me show you the inside. So, alright, the interesting thing about this cover is that it's like matte on the front, and then on the inside you have this glossy, very colorful and crazy looking collage going on in there. I like the way it feels. And you have the credit notes, of course, here on the side. I didn't realize that one of the songs was by Daniel Johnson. I believe it was the 7th song. Something's Last, I think, is the song that they used. But I need to double check. I think it says it on here. Yeah, Something's Last. So that's the song, which is really cool. I like that Daniel Johnson. I like their cover of it, or at least the lyrics that they use from it. Let me show you the records. Both of them, and again, they kind of kept it cool inside too. Look very different. They're pressed the same way, but not one looks alike. They're like snowflakes. And here is the record itself. It's pressed with this gold, and it's on like clear vinyl. I think it looks amazing. It looks beautiful, and it looks really cool as it's spinning, and it kind of glimmers a little bit. I got the sun coming through, so it kind of just reflects a little bit. And these really nice black polypaper sleeves. Nice heavy pressing. Let me show you this one. This one feels like it has a little bit more in the middle, or like, I guess towards the bottom. And then on the other side, kind of a different story. I don't know. It looks incredible. I love when they do pressings like this. I think it's my favorite thing, to just look at the vinyl and just see it for what it was. And you can see the pellets and how they kind of didn't like melt completely, which is kind of cool too. If you've ever seen how vinyl gets made, you'll understand what I'm talking about. At least how they get the splatter on the record. Okay, so those are the records. Now the music itself is accompanied by what is pretty much the inside gatefold, just a blown out version of it, and then the lyrics were handwritten for your reading pleasure, which is actually really cool because the lyrics are very interesting, kind of dark. Her lyrics and delivery are just perfect. I think this album in its entirety is a very full and fulfilling album. There's no dead space. Those are filled with the reverbs of the guitar or the organ. They use a couple, I guess, a synth, and like they have this churchy sounding organ, which is one of my favorite sounds, one of my favorite things to hear, especially on the song Gila. It just, I wasn't sure exactly what came first, if it was the music, the little riff, or the lyrics, because they complement themselves so beautifully. Like sometimes you can kind of tell when they're leaning in with like the lyrics because they're kind of upfront and very dominant throughout the song, and everything else is kind of just noise to fill the melody of the lyrics. But I really had a hard time figuring out any of that on this album because it feels like they just do such a great job of just balancing each other out. There's this just, I don't know, there's energy that they got going on. It's, to me, very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just keeps me entertained. Like, typically, I don't listen to music that's really slow. This is considered like dream pop, shoegaze type of music. I don't listen to too much of that. And maybe that's why it took me such a long time to get into them. But I don't know, maybe because of the way things are now with me, like all this stuff that's been happening and everything's moving so quick, maybe I needed something that kind of slowed me down a bit. So I'm guessing maybe that had a lot to do with why I really enjoyed this album and enjoyed it as much as I did. And I don't think it's going to be a temporary thing where I'm just like in the moment and this is it and I'm moving on and I'm back to like listening to like really fast and violent music, I guess. I feel like I can continue to listen to this album and just enjoy it and appreciate it for what it is. It's those slow moments and those kind of open, I don't know if they would call them bridges, you know, they're like, it's the chorus and then it goes into the verse, but they build up and then they slow down and then they kind of mellow out, and there's so much to take in those little moments. But it's just beautifully put together. I mean, it's a traditional sounding band. You got some drums, a guitar, some bass. Again, the organ. I think is just the key. The keys really just make this album sound so beautifully. And again, her delivery and the lyrics that she delivers, they're haunting. Even like the way that she echoes out her voice and through reverb or whatever, and the little ad-libs that she throws in there, really kind of just gives it a signature style and something unique. And I get why maybe this is the album that sort of defined their voice, which I think is really cool and interesting, considering that, you know, bands can go on trying to find that sound that's theirs and is unique. Like, you can pick up a Beach Boys album, or you hear it and you know it's them, or Stevie Ray Vaughan. Like, he had his own style and you don't even need to know it's him. If he comes on the radio or whatever, as I'm digging through records, I'm like, oh, it's Stevie. Even if it's a song I never heard, I know. So to have your own distinct, just unique voice and sound is something that's worth more than gold, I think. So if you're like me and you prefer faster paced music and you kind of have a hard time mellowing out to something slower, I think this is a great album that'll get you there. You just gotta be patient. My anxiety like just amps up, I guess. I think listening to a lot of jazz recently, like the last year, I've been kind of just slowly bringing it into my life, has helped me sort of appreciate bands like Beach House. Again, Vinyl Me Please killed it with the release, with the vinyl. The music is just arranged beautifully. There's a lot that this album offers, and I'm sure that I'll still be picking up on as I listen to it more and more. I want to check out Depression Cherry. I heard a lot about that one as well. And then, of course, the first album. I want to hear what they sounded like before they found their sound. Which is, I think it's cool. But whatever, I might just be really weird like that. But there you go. I'm quick and dirty. Really fast for you guys. I know you guys have a ton of stuff to do. It's Sunday. I got a jet myself. But it was really cool doing this again. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, links are in the description down below. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you guys on the next one.